Hello, for my lesson plan, I decided to choose visual arts mixed with science as its core subject. This is going to be a high school based lesson plan, and the reason I chose this one was because I personally thought it was the most intriguing lesson plan that I had, and one with a lot of substance to it, a lot of core in it, I guess. Mixed with the visual arts aspect of it. So, breaking down this lesson plan, it really falls into three different subjects or three different areas of the lesson plan. Um, I know it asked for like a time frame. The time frame I gave it 2 weeks, when really maybe it would be 3 or 2.5. But the first step would be just to introduce it to all the students, introduce what the lesson plan is, how it's gonna go, what it's gonna be. So introducing it to them, it would be making an art piece based off of some sort of environmental awareness. This could be about ecosystems. It could be about anything that's having like technically politically environmental, like global warming. It could also be like anything from ecosystems that are like the rainforest, which is I guess being dug up and whatnot, or stuff like that. Coral reefs too, ecosystems that are endangered. So it could be anywhere from endangered species to endangered ecosystems to anything political happening at the current state. Which who knows how it's gonna be from 2 years from now or whatever. But anyways, so we'll be introducing the lesson plan to the students, and letting them know that is their core subject in the lesson plan. The second thing would be for the students to begin research. This would be like a week to a week and a half of research based off of what they want to do, the art project on, seeing all their options and what they really respond with, if it's animals or ecosystems or whatnot. And the research would be done in computer format on Chromebook, which is what I think the students have now still. So it would be done like on Chromebook, and they would have to send in a submission based off of the research, about maybe like a page, and the research would have to include at the end reason why they were doing this subject, whether it was that they chose, whether it was jaguars or some sort of animal or ecosystem or the climate. It would have to introduce a why to it, why they picked that, why they resonated with it, and why they want to make an art piece on that specific thing. And that would be really like the first part. The second part would be the artwork itself. That's why I would say maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half to do the actual artwork. This would be an open medium. It wouldn't be acrylic only or watercolor only or anything like that. It would be open to anything. I would even say maybe diorama. It could be open to diorama as well. And this, in between all this, obviously me as a teacher would be there to guide or help the students with any questions that they have, or if I see any student needs help or guidance, try to put some input in there and really make sure that the students are, progressively moving along with their art piece, and no one seems to be getting left behind per se or lost. So that would be that. That would be the second part, having the art piece and letting it be an open medium. That way each student feels comfortable whatever they choose to do. And that would be, so first would be research, that would be second, the artwork, and then the third part would be the presentation. I would like for there to be a presentation and for the students to have to present their artwork and the reason why in front of everybody else. So they could get used to that and get used to talking about, you know, their projects and whatnot. And the project would be, I wanted it to be, the first part research and the presentation would be 25% of the grade, while the artwork would be 50%. The presentation would have to include how they researched the art piece itself and the reason why, and how they handled themselves during the presentation. And after that, that would be the lesson plan. So really it would be research, artwork, and presentation, and that would wrap up the lesson plan. So this lesson plan was, again, visual arts with science, making an art piece from anything environmental awareness. And that's how I would mix the core subject with the visual arts. And that was my lesson plan.